book is $32. Jesus Christ. Yikes. Talk about inflation, man. Jeez. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Maddie, and for today's video I'm going to be going over my reading plans for August. I still have a few books left on my TBR for July, and I don't think I'm going to get to them by the end of the month, so I'll go ahead and go over those ones first. This is a very lengthy TBR. First book I have is Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is her second series. I did read her Red Queen series and I did enjoy it back in like 2019 when it originally came out and ended, and I think I'll really like this one. It seems like it would be my cup of tea. I don't even know what it's about really. So it looks like she's on a journey to complete an impossible task. She has magic and the fate of the world is on her shoulders, so we'll see. I do like her writing style a lot. I think she's grown a lot as a writer as well over the Red Queen series, so I'm very excited to dive into this one whenever I get a chance. The next book that I have failed to read in July is going to be the Blood Grace series. This is part 2 of Blood Sanctuary. I read the first part in June and I really enjoyed it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I don't have the rest of the books in this series yet, so I'm kind of holding off until I finally order those eventually at some point. This book is about Leo and Cassia. I've mentioned this on my channel a few times and I absolutely love this series. I love Leo, I love Cassia. Leo is a Hesperine, and that is their equivalent of a vampire pretty much, and they team up together and their journey just kind of goes on from there, so I'm really excited to eventually get to this one as well. The other book on my TBR that I have put off for a very long time is called Dark Wind. I'm not entirely sure what this book is about. I started it and put it down multiple times. It's not because I don't like it, because I really have enjoyed it. I've gotten to like maybe 15-20% every single time. I've been reading quite a few fantasy novels. I don't know what it is, because I have enjoyed the little bit that I have. I just can't push through it for some reason. I've got this like little mental block going on with Dark Wind. This book is about a princess. She is captured by outlaws, so she kind of has to step up and be a leader and figure things out. So I'm very interested in it. It seems very politically motivated, so I'm very interested to see where it will go eventually, but I just have to get into it. I keep putting it off because I don't know why I keep putting it off, but I do. I'm finishing a lot of series this month, so fingers crossed I get to them. To start my actual TBR, I have Kiss of Deception. This is by Mary E. Pearson. This is a reread for me. I am very excited to get back to this because I'm trying to read Dance of Thieves, her duology that takes place after these books. So I'm just doing a reread to refresh myself because I tried to push through Dance of Thieves. I don't really remember a whole lot of this world, so I'm hoping this will give me a good refresh to jump into that series at some point. The next book I have is A Day of Fallen Night. This is the prequel to Samantha Shannon's first novel, A Priory of the Orange Tree. This is a very thick book. Hopefully I get to it. I'm not entirely sure if I will, just because it is a little bit daunting. So I've heard good things about it, so we'll see if I like it. Hopefully I do. I remember Priory of the Orange Tree being a little bit slow, so maybe the pacing will be a little bit different. I'm very excited to get back into this world and all the dragons, because I love the dragons in this book. So up next I have possibly one of my favorite books ever, and it is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the second book in the Red Rising series. I finished the first 3 books, so like the main trilogy, and I never went on with the series for some reason, so I'm trying to jump into it again. I love Red Rising and the first 3 books that I read. I don't know why I didn't continue with it originally, but these books are absolutely phenomenal. It's about this man named Darrow, and in Darrow's world they are organized by color. So Darrow is a red, so he's at the very bottom of this caste system, and they work all the way up to gold, and basically Darrow is thrown into the world of golds and he's trying to kind of overthrow them and their government. I think it's really interesting. It's very politically motivated and I love that in books. I love Darrow. I love all the characters in these books as well. So I'm so ready to keep reading the series because I read Red Rising again so quick. The next book I have is Heir of Novron by Michael J. Sullivan. Oh, it is, I did say it right, Michael J. Sullivan. This is the 3rd book in his trilogy. This book has classical fantasy elements, which I love. I think the plot's great, the characters are funny. I've really enjoyed the series so far, so I'm really ready to finish this one out. Up next, I have Bittersweet Memories by Katerina Mora. This is the 4th book in her Off Limits series. Again, I'm ready to finish this one out. This is, I believe, her most popular book from this series, so I'm ready to kind of end it with a bang. I'm very excited. And then I have Liars and Liaisons. Again, that is a book that I am ready to finish this series. A friend of mine has read this book and she said it was a really great conclusion to the Monsters and Muses series by Sav R. Miller, so I'm very excited to kind of knock this one off my TBR as well. The next book I have is Charlie, Love and Cliches by Ella Mays. I read the To Love and Hate duet by her as well, and I really enjoyed those 2 novels, so I'm excited to get to this. She might be one of my new favorite authors because I really have enjoyed those 2 books, so I'm really hoping I would like Charlie, Love and Cliches. I've heard a lot of really great things about it on like BookTube and Instagram and all that fun stuff, so I'm ready to get to this one. On top of that, I'm going to try to knock out the 2nd and 3rd books of the Shatter Me series. I am kind of not sure where I stand with Shatter Me. The 1st book I thought was just like okay. I'm kind of waiting to see what the hype about this book is, because I know it kind of starts off very like meh, it's okay. We'll see where it goes. The next 2 books are by Shannon Maguire. It is Come Tumbling Down and Across the Green Field. This is the 5th and 6th book in her Wayward Children series. I have really adored this series. The books are super short, but basically it's about like children who kind of fall down the rabbit hole, if you will, like Alice in Wonderland, and they end up in these worlds as young children, and then they're trying to go back to society and into the human world. So these books flip back and forth between the human world as well as their worlds that they fall into. I really enjoyed the 4th book in this series, so I'm really looking forward to the 5th and 6th book. The next book on my TBR is Haze by L.J. Evans. This is a female rock star romance series. There is one big mystery throughout. I'm not entirely huge on murder mysteries, but I do think this one's fun, especially because they are female rock stars. This is the last book in the series, so I'm very hyped to see how this ends, where this goes, where people end up. I'm so ready, and I'm kind of sad that this book is over because I do think it is very interesting, but overall I'm excited to finish out this series. Are Reckless by Elsie Silver. I have Unlucky Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. That is the like 12th or 13th book in the Like Us series. I'm so happy that I get to see Luna Hale as a character again. I am almost wanting to put off this book simply because I'm not ready to kind of have to wait again to see her, because I love Luna Hale so much as a character. Last up, I have Nightwolf by Karina Halley. This is the 3rd book in the Dark Eye series, and again, I'm ready to finish this series. I've really enjoyed Karina's books. So my favorite book this year has been Blood Orange, which is like the Dracula duet by Karina Hale, and Nightwolf is about her parents, so I'm excited to see how her parents ended up together. I think it's super sweet, and you don't often get to see very many characters' backstories, so it's kind of cool that you get to see all these characters' backstories. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and feel free to like and subscribe if you would like to see more bookish content and talk to me about books.